Welcome everyone to JKeSport. This is our Tier 1, third season, third round, Canadian Grand Prix. Let me make sure that's all good and good. Oh, it is pouring down rain here for qualifying, looks like. But that's alright. This is our top tier drivers. These guys are really good. They'll show you how it's done here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada. Might as well throw all that stuff up on there. Everyone getting their setups, getting ready, get out on track, do some laps here in the wet. Super wet. But as I said, we are at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, a 14 turn course. Trying to find the distance. It is 4.36 kilometers in its current formation. That is 2.71 miles. 14 turns, as I said. The race lap record at 113.078 from Valtteri Bottas in 2019. You see Jacko and both Red Bulls already out on track. We'll get to the track momentarily. I'm trying to find like an overall track record. Doesn't look like that says. Suppose I could look up the last Grand Prix, which was 2019. Unfortunately 2020 canceled, and unfortunately 2021 canceled, of course, because I have tickets for it. Why wouldn't we not get to do that too? Thanks COVID. But anyway, we're here, we're virtual racing. We are JKeSport. You can find us on Instagram. We do Reddit posts weekly or so. Run the league through a Discord channel, stream all the races on YouTube that you are watching right now, if you're hearing me. So here looks like Jacko's gonna be first out, crossing the line to start the Flyers. He is on full wets. Looks like Scavney, Random Sirius, couple others gonna try the intermediates first go rounds. Jacko already with a little bit of a wiggle. That's just too much stuff on the screen for me. We can check all that later, whether they ran intermediates or wets for their fastest lap. There, excuse me, there's Jacko down the second little straight, starting sector 2. Call that the back straight, kinda. There's a huge long straight with a chicane down the front. Now he's coming into the hard braking zone of the right hand hairpin. Turn 10 to finish the lap. Turn 11, the little tiny bend there. They call turn 12 that little tiny bend as well. Here you see full bore, still doing nearly 200 mile an hour in the rain. It's 198 on the brakes, down to 70. Smooth through the final chicane, avoiding the wall of champions. I believe he's first across the line with a 122.3. We'll go find Yuppie and Scavney. We're behind. Yuppie goes 123, so only a second off. Looks like Scavney has invalidated his lap. Rusty coming around. Gets through, keeps it valid, keeps it off the wall. Looked like he was close to bumping the wall there. He may have touched it. No, maybe not. No damage. 125.5 Rusty in the wet. Not bad. Looks like T-Bird coming around. He's invalidated. Jalen in the pit, so that must be Bacon now. Coming to start a lap. As who looks like old Sparks snuck one in there. 121.5 on the wets. Or in the wet, I should say. Not sure if he's on the wet tire or not. We're gonna check here. That's live stream saying that's here. There's, oh, that's okay. We're good to go there. We're good to go there. Alright. Let me get back into that so I can see it as we're on board. Bacon. Just watch Will now. Bacon was invalidated as Will. It might be. It's T-Bird right behind him. Couple quick guys. T-Widow and FI snuck 3rd and 4th in there on me. As I believe Sam just goes 7th across the line. Now we've got... Who's that Rusty back in the pit lane? Possibly going around again. Here's Will coming to the line now. Lost a wing. Renault wing flying down the straight. 123.7. He doesn't need it for another lap. T-Bird 123.7 as well. So 3 cars with 123, 718, 719, 722. Close, close. We got a Haas out there. Is that T-Widow coming back around? He is. He goes for a 2nd lap on the wets. May improve just a touch. Does not. Half second slower. So now we've got... Oh, Jacko has invalidated. He's going to go around and start another lap, though. With Seabury behind him on an out lap as well. Also, iConnects on Flyer. Let me get that back up. Yes, Sparks, that was a good lap. Pole by 4/10 at the moment. Not quite halfway through qualifying as there's a Red Bull across the line. Must be Yuppie. And here comes Scavney as well. Just now starting a Flyer. We've got a Renault coming. Looks like Will. Still out on track, just lapping laps. 123.7. Looks like he did not improve, so we'll just keep on board here with Jacko. As Ginnett now starts a Flyer. Jalen. Nope, not Jalen. That would be Bacon. Goes P3. 122.2. So I'm not sure if the rain has let off a little bit or they're just putting in better laps. As here comes Jacko. Out of the hairpin, down the long back straight. Looks like they're not allowing the wings open. Into the brakes, back on the gas quick. Look like very smooth through the final chicane. Bad camera angle. Jacko 120.9. So provisional pole there, not quite halfway through. Puts a lap on as Mark has joined us now. Good to see Mark in the lobby to fill it up. See Barry comes across with a 133. Looks like that's a banker. He's going to start another Flyer. So now we've got Red Bulls coming. So it must be Scavney coming around to finish his lap at a 123.9. Good for P11 so far. Just about halfway through. Suppose I can find somebody on a lap. We'll find Mark. George or Jim a little bit ahead of him. We'll ride on board as he finishes his lap. Looks like he's got a pretty good time going coming into the final chicane. Gets it slowed down. A little under 80 mile an hour. A little wiggle coming out, but down on the throttle good. Well, good and well. 124.6 for George or Jim. So these wet conditions, Jacko goes into the pit lane. Here comes Mark. The wet conditions challenging for everybody. Mark coming across the line, going to be a 124 as well. So a little bit of a spread in the wet times going on as there's Random Serious goes P6. WPR across the line to start a Flyer. Looked like Seabury invalidated. Instant invalidation. He must have invalidated in the final corner for this and next lap. So we'll find, looks like WPR and iConnect's coming around to start a flyer. Rusty and Will improves them over a second, looks like, up to P4 there. Excuse me. We got, looks like Jalen now coming to the line. 124.1, good for P13. Little yellow flag. Maybe that's an Alfa Romeo. Sam Barrett smacked into the wall of champions, which is his right, as he is the champion, defending champion. Sam Barrett, season 2 winner, all-time win leader in JKeSport top tier. Tier 1 is in its 3rd season now. We do have a second tier of F1 in its 2nd season, and a newly formed Formula 2 series in its 1st season, just now starting. Round 3 was today. Lots of fun in the F2 cars, quite challenging. We'll try to find some action out on track as Jalen shows a purple sector there, it looked like, for a second. But you can't always trust that. There's glitchy stuff sometimes in the qualifying. Looks like Rusty coming around, finish another lap. Oh, that was Will. Will's just out there lapping away on the wets. He went 121.3, so they must be getting quicker with some more laps, more heat into him. As Jalen, watch Jalen, I believe that's his 2nd lap on those tires, so a 123.2. They must be drying out and or improving on the tire wear. So maybe Will figured that little secret out. We'll go on with Ginnett. Nope, that's not Ginnett. Ginnett's already invalidated, so that's Jacko coming to start a flyer. T-Bird as well, starting a flyer. Got some Haas action. Looks like not Catman. Who's the other Haas? Is T-Widow crossing the line now. Looked like it said he missed his previous lap time by 1 millisecond. So a nice spread on track. Let's try and catch him crossing the line here. That's Scavney to start another flyer. Looks like Rusty coming across. Goes 126.1. Will not better his time any. Here comes Will around again. Will goes 120.7, so he's just running his own little qualifying race there. Just doing as many as he can. He looks like he's gonna... Alright, he corner cuts that one this time, so he decided he's had enough. But he has taken provisional pole in the meantime there. Catman crossed the line. Still P11. Believe he did not improve, and I think that's Mark coming around again. There's Mark. 124.1 does improve his time, not his position. Here comes Jacko to cross the line, 120.0, so he smashes Will's pole time as T-Bird also crossed the line with some pole stealing time. T-Widow 120.1. So the track's coming around. It's certainly still raining quite a bit. Maybe these initial laps were on the wets. Now they're all doing the intermediate laps. Looks like getting better times out of the intermediates. It's Mark now through sector 2, coming down to finish sector 2 actually. We'll stay on board, try and catch some leaderboard. iConnect's up to P6, Random put a P7, Catman's still 11th. Should be free tire choice for all, considering the wet qualifying. Not sure if it's a dry race just yet. Let me know if you know. Make sure I can see what you guys are commenting. It says wet quali, wet to dry race. Thank you, Scavney. So hopefully maybe they're all just qualifying with their dry setups as well, as Mark goes 119s. Jacko right back at him with a 119.1. So it's definitely ramping up here. 3 to go. Everyone's going to be throwing down their quickest laps. T-Widow goes into the 19s. 119.5 for T-Widow. As here comes Team AlphaTauri, both on Alfa Romeo, both on out laps through the wall of champions. Sam will lead FI through, starting the flyers. Looks like WPR and iConnects. Looks like iConnects, and then the Red Bulls of Yuppie and Scamney. Scamney at a 1:21.6 now. Definitely ramping up. We started out at 1:22s. Now we're down to 1:19s as, Rusty. And that invalidates. Scamney invalidates in Sector 1. So WPR gets a little wiggle there out of turn 6. 7? Turn 7, I believe. Don't quote me on that. That is 7, yes, that he went through there. There's 8, 9 down into the hairpin. It's Jacko now into the 1:18s. Looks like he caught on to Will's strategy there, as Will now falling all the way back to 7th, but he's in for new tires on an outlap. There's iConnects goes across for 10th. Bacon, I think that was, going still 13th. Catman throwing down P3 in the second Haas. Both up there, 2nd and 3rd at the moment. There's the Sam Barrett still in 19th. FI goes P8. WPR there now into 10th. Yuppie with a 1:22 just crossing the line. Let's get it on an outlap coming now as we got a minute 24 to go. So if he gets around in the 1:18, he can do 2 laps. A little bit of traffic ahead now coming out of the pit lane as just about everybody is on track. Sam and FI. As Gennett's got a Williams ahead of him. Is that T-Bird? That is T-Bird ahead. Looks like he's pressing as hard as he can as well to get back to the line before the time, so I think Gennett will be about to end, and then I'll try to catch some more. We'll watch the board. Looks like Connects went up to P4. Sparks up to P3. Here's a AlphaTauri cross the line as T-Bird and Gennett kind of racing each other and racing the clock into the Sector 3. Trying to get back. There you see, nice pulled over Haas getting out of everybody's way. Hard onto the brakes. Getting it through the final chicane. Avoids any contact. Gets to the line, so can run a whole nother lap if he likes. Goes P4 at the moment. So not quite to the top of the grid as T-Bird got his lap. As now people coming across. T-Widow goes P2. Mark of Kenya goes P7. I believe that's George or Jim now coming across the line. Catman retires on the back straight. George or Jim improves to P12. Improves his time. I don't think he improved position. Jalen across the line up to P5. Big jump, Jalen there into the 19s. So we've got top 8 into the 19s. Who's coming across the line next? Looks like iConnects is well off his time. So we'll find that's the other AlphaTauri, Impossible Bacon, into the pit lane as well. Random Sirius on a flyer gets through the chicane, gets across the line at a 1:20.9, jumps up to P14. Here comes FI crossing the line. He'll stay P11. Sam Barrett goes 20th to 1st on that final little burst there. Will now to cross the line, will not improve. Scabney, Yuppie in the pit lane. Mark of Kenya. As Gennett now retires. I believe that will be everybody. Mark coming across the line again. He had already crossed the line, I believe, so that will do it. Sam Barrett with the late heroics. He's going to pull a cam on him. Good lap from Sam there. In the 1:18.6, Jacko just shy, 1/10 behind. T. Willow with a very impressive lap. The third car in the 1:18. Sparks fourth, Ginnett fifth, Jalen sixth. All with good late laps. Connect seventh, Catman in eighth, Mark ninth, Will in 10th, T-Bird 11th, FI 12th, Bacon 13th, George 14th. Random 15th, WPR 16th, Scabney 17th, Yuppie 18th, Seaberry 19th, and Rusty in 20th. So Sam Sam with a cam, the late heroics. Heck of a lap there though for pole position. Rain, they're saying wet to dry race, but we're going to take a little break here. Get your drink, get your smoke, take a break. We'll be right back with Tier 1 Round 3 Canadian Grand Prix. So there's an interesting little graphic. Not a single one taking the wet tires to start the race. And a good mix of soft. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's where I need you to take over for a minute, Johnny. Shit. But anyway, like I was saying, not a single runner taking the wet tires. Good mix of softs and mediums. There's Sam Barrett, pole sitter. Heck of a lap there at the end of qualifying in the wet. He's going to start on mediums. Jacko next to him on the softs. Looks like we're about set. Car's getting their weird little bobble. Here comes some lights. There they are. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. No lights. Long stall, but green flag racing. Slow getaway in the wet. Say, oh no, Jacko and Mark. Big messes up going into the first few turns. Sparks get a big old penalty for cutting the corner. Looks like getting it and getting away well, and the Mercedes there. Not sure if we're under safety car. No safety car. As Sam and Mark got away pretty well, it looked like. We'll go Sam definitely out front. Not quite sure who that is behind. We're gonna have to wait for it to cycle around as the wet. I'm not sure if that was the wet that caused the big old bobble. Looked like Jacko and Mark got together right in the first few turns. Sam getting away quite well. As now we are through the first few sectors, as that is Jalen and Sparks. After the early mistake from Jacko and Mark, Jacko back to 4th place, getting a little peek there inside Sparks for 3rd. Will getting around I connect behind. A little battle, 5th place, side by side, coming out of the chicane, or out of the hairpin, excuse me, into the chicane. Gennett goes 3 wide, right through, straight into the pit lane. Gennett goes, so not sure damage or what happened there. Sam crossing the line, start lap 2 now. There's a few cars, T-Widow, Gennett in the pit lane. Ooh, WPR goes in as well. Maybe it's a little wet. We'll see if anyone opts for... No, nobody opting for wet tires still. So Sam getting away well. Very well, actually. The 5-second lead on Sparks. Jalen still fighting it out. Jacko trying to get around these two ahead, Sparks and Jalen. Will hanging behind. T-Bird, I connects. Good little battles, top 10 so far. They're saying 3-4 stops. I'm not sure why they would say it's a 3-stop, but it seems odd. See how long you can stretch the tires in the wet weather. Has now penalty time going out for corner cuts already on lap 2. Canada is quite a bit of known to be a penalty accumulating track, especially through the final chicane. If you hit it just a little bit wrong, you can easily get warnings there. And Sparks, Jalen, Jacko, Will, all doing everything they can, trying to hang on to Sam. He's got nearly a 6-second advantage now. You're on board here, Jacko. Through turn 4, turn 5. The Alfa Romeo team leading the constructors. We'll give a quick rundown of that. It's Alfa Romeo and Racing Point 1, 2, 58 points and 53 points. So 5-point gap to make up for a Racing Point today. McLaren is in 3rd with 33, Red Bull 16 points, Renault and Ferrari tied 5th with 12 points. Haas with 8. AlphaTauri with 4. Jacko looks around the outside, gets the crossover. If he can get it to stick, he's alongside Jalen now, down the long straight. Can he get the move done? Looks like Jalen is behind. Jacko gets the move done, so good move. Jacko getting that done. Will gonna try to peek around now as well into turn 1. Coming alongside, hard brake. Ooh, little bit of a tap there. Gets the touchback. Jalen Will gonna make the move. Little bit of a wiggle there out of the turn, and T-Bird gonna take advantage there. Jalen getting a little bit of ghost action with the wiggle. Ooh, and he's ghosting yet again, so it's just unfortunate there. Jalen getting some moves made. As T-Bird with a big old swerve. FI making up some ground, so maybe the mediums with just a little bit more grip at the moment. A lot of action there for that little 3rd, 4th, 5th battle once Jacko got around. He's going to be released now, try and chase down Sparks, who is now 8 seconds behind Sam Barrett, your leader. T-Widow making a move at the back. Those the unfortunates that had to pit on the first lap, as there's Ginnett now getting around Random Serious. Gets through, oh, and gets 3-second penalty time, as Random may have as well. They both now have penalty time. That's the first 5 laps just flying by. Lots of action going on here. T-Bird hanging on with Jalen now. I do believe the medium's probably the tire to have at the moment, since nobody's on the inters. T-Bird doing Team Williams proud. We're going to get rid of some of this detail, get that stuff out of there. We'll do a quick check of the position changes though. See Barry moved way up 9 spots. It's T-Widow and Ginnett that have pitted, losing the most so far. As you see, Scabney, Rusty, ooh, and oh no, Jalen left the session. I have to get him another invite real quick. Hopefully he got a couple, 2, 3. See if he needs one. Oh. Nope, he's already back in. Okay. He's back. As oh, now they're even enabling the DRS, so looks like the rain is lightning. We've done 5 laps. Sam's got a 9.9 second advantage at the moment, and has already lapped the Yuppie, it looks like. As ooh, we've got a yellow. That's I'm not. That might be Jalen. Nope, that looks like the other must have been Bacon. Looked like the AlphaTauri, very slow. Oh yeah, he's got major wing damage. So hairpin hit there for Bacon. Will be going into the pit lane. AlphaTauri crew gonna service. Make his mandatory pit stop. I don't know if you can stretch any tires 30 laps here, but if you want to try, you can give it a try. Not quite sure it would work though. The hards were pretty junk even. I just wanted to get rid of them. Same, well, there's Seaberry now, getting around Jalen. Ooh, that's T-Widow getting some penalty time. Bacon, Scabney in the pit lane. And now George with penalty time, so a lot of people getting their initial penalties. Keeping it clean will definitely get you. Oh, as Seaberry gets penalty time for gaining places. Oh, see now Jalen's back. I wasn't sure if I needed to get him an invite there. Sorry about that, Jalen. It says you're back. Well, I guess I'll ask. It keeps saying. As we're out watching FI Seaberry, excuse me, T-Bird Seabury's behind these two a little ways. George getting it, also chasing down Seabury as Catman takes the 5-second pit lane penalty, unfortunately. There's Sparks in the Ferrari, new driver, welcome to the league. Jalen keeps coming in and out. Looks like he's having the old disconnect jump bug. Sam, your leader. It's messing up my leaderboard now. But there he is, crossing the line, start lap 8. With fastest lap of the race there, Jacko. Third, Will fourth. T-Bird moving alongside Will. Oh, and a big hit, Will, into the wall and DNF. Big hit from Will. Caught it on stream and everything. T-Bird and Will side by side into the wall of champions. There you see Will's car. Unfortunate accident. There's you see Will in the distance and the wall of champions. So into the pit, there he is again. So just unfortunate. That was bad. Bad accident, bad place to touch, as there you see WPR taking some penalty time. Mark hurrying into the pit lane, also taking some penalty time. Random Serious maybe pull an undercut. Nope, he's got damage doing a wing change, as these guys all taking advantage of the pit lane being open. Possibly get around. Here, I'll try one more real quick for Jalen here. Alright. Oh no. There's Mark gets a 5-second penalty for collision time. So that's definitely unfortunate. As Jalen and the Yuppie. Seabury gonna serve some penalty time. Bunch of cars now in the pit lane, getting it in and out. George or Jim with a pit. The 26 to go now. We'll check some tire. Who's got what tires on now? Bunch of meeting. Couple hard runners. Sparks, George, WPR, Mark, random. So it is a full course safety car. That'll let the field catch back up to old Sam Barrett, your leader. Everybody on like freshish tires. Looks like T-Widow doesn't need to pit. A little bit of penalty a lot of penalty time for Sparks there. 13 seconds. As everyone has done at least one stop, maybe 2 or 3. As now everyone's catching back up to the safety car line. Sam leading them through turn 1 and 2. Everyone on mediums and hards now. Mark way at the back. Throws on a set of softs. Jacko, FI, T-Widow, T-Bird. Connects, Ginnett, Seabury, George. They're stacking back up now through Sector 2. Looks like Mark, though, in well back. Catman and Mark coming in the pit lane again, so we'll probably get another lap of safety car time. Oh, looks like Jalen's just unfortunately gonna be having the internet troubles today. Not gonna be able to get back in. So I'm get off of that. Disabled, yeah. So 10 laps out of 35 complete here in Canada. Sam Barrett, your leader, has led from pole position the entire race so far. Sparks with a good jump. Jacko and Mark of Kenya, a little contact to start the race in turn 1 and 2. FI benefiting on that as well, up to 4th. T-Widow up quite a few positions, I believe. Oh, T-Widow down 2. Duh. So I should say stuff. I should just put it on the screen and then say it. As C. Barry is up the most at the moment, 9 spots. FI up 7 spots with a great start to his Grand Prix. As they're coming to the hairpin again. Finish the safety car. Hopefully we'll give you a quick little rundown on the driver standings. Sam Barrett is in the lead after winning last week in Vietnam with 37 points. Random Sirius in second with 33. Jacko third with 28. Ginnett fourth with 25. FI is in 5th with 21. Honesy and Scavney tied with 12. Catman and Uncle Ben tied with 8. Seaberry 7. Yuppie with AP and Jalen all tied with 4. Safety car in. Sam bringing them around. Sam gets a penalty for a collision with Sparks on the restart. Not sure what happened there. Sparks maybe got into the back of him. I don't know if he got the penalty time as well, as Jacko's still trying to get around Sparks. As there's Sam getting away. We'll see if he can distance himself from the field yet again. Sparks, Jacko, FI, T-Widow. Your top 5 so far is smooth start. We'll go back. Scavney close on the back of George there, trying to get in 10th, back into the points. So it's a big battle. There's good hairpin action. Lovely view of our league, Tier 1, every single car there. That was nice. Sam on the restart got away clean, got a 2.5 seconds to himself. It's Jalen. His internet glitches, he's gonna be pitting in and out probably a bunch. As did that looked like a car going off. May have been Bacon. Random Sirius got, oh, it must have been random, not sure. Looked like he had to do some avoiding there. I saw a McLaren. Look like an AlphaTauri maybe, as he gets a little bit more of a corner cut. So we'll see. He's got Rusty coming up now in a Sector 1 yellow. Who's that? Jalen. Was that the AI? Comes out to AI DNF. He's now gone. Just a quick virtual as Random gets another corner cut penalty. So unfortunate corner cutting there. There's a bunch more cars through the hairpin again. That's sad to see. That's where I'd have been sitting for the race. Random Serious gets a virtual VSC for speeding now. Drive-through. So his race is collapsing under penalties as he gets another drive-through and a pit lane speeding, and he just says screw it apparently, and now Sam on the restart gets a drive-through. So drama here as Sparks pitted at the end of that safety, trying to the VSC as well, trying to get the jump. As Jacko now in second place, FI up to third. Let's see if we can get a little report here on the Random getting out of the session. Sam, Jacko, T-Widow, it's like Gennett inside of I-Connect in the hairpin, gets the move done. Gets a good pass there up into fifth now for Gennett. Try and chase down the Haas. Looks like I-Connect in the DRS range, but Gennett's is open still as well. Through that lap, he had the detection zone as Sam goes in to serve his penalty. His unfortunate drive-through. There's Sam. More and more penalty time handed out as, oh, there's Mark. Mark in the Wall of Champion keeps it out of the Wall of Champions, but it was the chicane of spinners apparently, and he now gets going again. Puts Jacko into the lead as Sam serves his drive-through penalty, comes out in 12th place. 13th place gets around WPR for 12th. Jacko your leader now. Here's FI in second place, holding no penalty time. T-Widow, Gennett all over the back of T-Widow, looks to the move. That's going to be outside of the hairpin. T-Widow with a little lockup. Lots of room left there. So good racing there between T-Widow. Looks like he got all the way around him. There you go. Good move for, with the wing open now. Good move for Gennett. Gets around T-Widow. Back through the chicane. T-Widow into the pit lane. Gets it slowed down in time to avoid the penalty. Gennett goes fastest lap there, so he's coming. He wants redemption for his DNF last week in Vietnam. He said, dang it, I hate that track anyway, but you never want a DNF. So he's coming for FI. He's got a little bit of penalty time. So FI just needs to stay close enough if he can, but we're not even halfway yet. It's been quite an eventful race as it's been close. Nice view off the back of Gennett, back to I-Connect in the Mercedes there. Through there, turn 6, I don't know what the numbers are, looks like 8, 9. And the cool hairpin view again. Here goes Gennett, connects, FI. Here comes Seabury. T-Bird behind them, a little close, closing in. T-Bird, Seabury. T-Bird with the DRS, definitely closing in now on Seabury. I don't think he's going to have enough just yet. Through the final chicane, they both get through clean. Scavney right behind, Bacon as well. Sam back up to 9th. Sam going into the pit lane now. I believe he's going to have to do his tire change. We'll go on board with the Alfa Romeo crew real quick for our Season 2 defending champion, Sam Barrett. In taking penalty time. 5 seconds seems like forever. Goes yellow's off, white's on, new wing. Wing down and away. Sam's 17th place, lap 17, so halfway through. See if he can pull a Checo at Sakir. The old last to first. Here's Jacko coming down the hairpin now. as Sam just now coming out of turn 2-3. FI, Ginnett now going to be in FI's DRS, so he's going to get that closing speed. 0.6 down to 0.3 real quick in one straightaway. Through the chicane, avoid the wall. Scavney around T-Bird just before the chicane, so good move there, Scavney. Sure, also DRS assisted. We'll go back up with Ginnett, trying to get around FI for second. Put the racing points 1-2 out front if he does. As T-Widow on some soft tires goes quickest lap of the race. Down in 14th, gaining on Yuppie for 13th. Not quite close enough just yet. Let's see if he can get close on the run to the hairpin. Looks like FI keeping him just enough away. Getting it with a good run there out of the hairpin though. Not quite close enough. He's within DRS easily. So that's going to go 0.4, 0.3, 0.2. Takes the peak. Gets it made. A little bold there, but you gotta get it made when you can. Scavney again into the chicane as well, getting a move made. So Ginnett and Scavney taking advantage of that DRS zone. Scavney up to 5th. Scavney is the Season 1 champion here at JKeSport. That was on the 2019 game. Actually, I think we finished Season 1 on the 2020 game. There's Jacko. He's in cruise control. 2.7 second lead. As now Sam at the back pushing. Having to push. Pushing, getting penalty time. As there's a few without. Jacko, FI, Scavney, T-Bird, and Mark. The only runners with no penalty time, as we are now officially past the halfway mark. Lap 19 of 35. There you see Jacko, there you see Ginnett crossing the line with terrible FI right behind him. Just hanging on. I believe these guys will all have to pit again, or they will be nursing very worn tires at the end of this race. As a WPR and Rusty into the pit lane now with 15 to go, so probably wear a set of mediums if you got a fresh set. Can get you to the end. T-Bird taking more penalty time. We'll check that momentarily. Sam passes a couple in the pit lane there. Sparks gets another 3 seconds. So there it's a fight from the back for some of our most consistent point scorers there. Mark, Sam, Yuppie. Gonna try and fight back. 15 to go. See if they can get back in the points. As we're on board, FI hanging on to Ginnett a little bit, hanging on to his 3rd place. Make the Alfa Romeo boys proud. And Seabury also hanging on to the back of Scavney's DRS zone. Just enough to keep him close enough. He's not getting moves made, but those quick little boosts of horsepower, or not really a horsepower boost, just a drag reduction boost, as the DRS would suggest. Does give you that extra time, extra speed, extra top speed. As there Scavney goes around, I connects for 4th place. So Scavney, man on a mission. I believe he said he does like Canada, so He's on a mission. Marching. As there looks like a little bit of a spin. I think that was Sparks getting a little wiggly again now. He's toward the back again, just having to push so hard as Sam in 14th. We'll do a quick check of a few things. See how far. Sam is 39 seconds behind the leader as now Seabury and I connect into the pit lane. T-Bird gonna jump to 5th, Bacon up to 6th, Scavney now 4th. Ginnett has closed about a second in the last 4 laps on Jacko, now 1.7. Check some penalty time here. Ginnett was 6, T-Bird 3, Bacon 3, Grumpy 3, George 3, Yuppie 3, George 6, excuse me, Grumpy 6 as well. I connect with 12. Ooh, Sparks go now up to 24 seconds of penalty time. You better watch it. Could push disqualification range there. That's 6 for Seabury, 3 for Sam, WPRT with a Rusty. So now only 4 guys with no penalty time. That being Jacko, FI, Scavney, who are in 1st, 3rd, and 4th at the moment. Mark of Kenya, 11th, also no penalty time. Sam's back up to 12th. 13th, 12th, after being, he's in 13th, after being at the back of the pack 6 laps ago. Maybe he can get back into points. I still say a lot of these guys are going to have to pit again, as they've got 14, 17, 20 lap old mediums, as Yuppie gets by George for 8th place. But penalty time definitely going to play a role in some positions at the end of this one. Ginnett's going to need to catch and clear his teammate by at least 6 seconds, as he is now almost within the DRS range, as you see one racing point stuck in the other. And there's a, not sure if that's Mark, that must be Sparks behind them, as Mark is gaining on George. Sparks is up with Ginnett. Well, he should be a ghost if he's a lap down. Ginnett's still trying to do what he can, catch and pass Jacko. As you see Jacko hitting a little bit of dirt there. Maybe allowing Ginnett into the DRS range the next time there's a DRS zone shortly, right about there. We'll see if the wing opens. It does. So we could have a racing point fight on our hands for the lead here, as I believe Sparks spun out again. It's getting it now. Hard brake deep into the hairpin, but nice smooth back on the throttle in the DRS range. There's the line, there's the wing open. See how much he catches up. 9/10. About a 1/10 and a half there. He was a little far back, so he wasn't enough. Maybe a little bit more toe, give him a little bit more speed. As this, there you see the second part of that front DRS straight. Gained him another couple tenths. He's now within half a second. Scavney into the pit lane with 11 to go, and from 4th. Looks like if he can come out ahead of Catman there in 7th, that could be a beautiful in and out spot for him, as T-Bird in behind. There's Catman through the chicane. We're still on with Ginnett, watching, see if Ginnett can get around Jacko. DRS open again. Jacko gonna do what he can to hold this off. Not sure if they're gonna, maybe Ginnett will duck it, or excuse me, maybe Jacko being in front will duck into the pit lane here, so they avoid a double stack or any kind of complication of that pit strategy. With 10 to go, as Scavney did get out in 5th still, so beautiful pit in and out for Scavney. Maybe if he can get an undercut possibly As yes, Jacko does. Straight into the pit lane. And he should come out in 4th place ahead of Scabney, so Gennett doing everything, gonna have as trying to do a smashing in lap if he's gonna be pitting this time by as Jacko now out of the pit lane on soft tires as Bacon comes in, so Scabney's gonna get that spot up back up to 4th. Looks like a final cycle of pit stops. C. Berry has caught the back of Catman down the front straight. Yuppie in the pit lane. Bacon coming out of the pit lane as C. Berry Mark now back up. Sam back into the points with his hard tires, not having to stop again. See if he can hold the pace. Scabney, Jacko, FI. And Gennett out of the hairpin. Now 10 to go. Sparks back into the pit lane. Yuppie just coming out of the pits. Right behind WPR. And gets around for 14th. So there's a little bit of work to do. Get back in the points. Sam around George for 9th now. As Gennett into the pit lane. So Racing Point with a 1 lap stagger. Mediums off, softs on. FI into the pit lane as well behind. Here comes Jacko. I believe he's going to cycle back into the lead. He does. Looks like he's even going to have a larger lead than he had. Well, maybe not. That spit Gennett out. But Gennett does have penalty time. And 1 second to catch up on Jacko now. 1 lap, fresher tires. It's go time. 8 to go. FI out of the pits in 3rd, Scabney 4th, so top 4 stays the same after the pit cycle. I connects in 5th, Seabury 6th, Catman 7th, Mark and Sam 8th, 9th, T-Bird now up to 10th, passing George. A lot of penalty time down there on the board, so that could sway quite a bit. There's Mark in 8th place. Almost in the DRS range of Catman. What? That's not Mark of Kenya. Why would it do that? Well, that was weird. So I guess it's just whoever I do that goes to Gennett's camera, huh? Okay, that's weird as hell. But there's FI still in 3rd. You see Scabney behind, closing in a little bit as another spin. I believe that's Sparks again. Has spun again, lost a wing. There you see he's waiting for Rusty to get past. Spins it back around. There's Jacko and Gennett. Racing Point 1-2 at the moment. Looks like Jacko's got some good pace. Gennett just in the DRS range. Looks like he's got a hell of a run though down that straight. He does almost touch, but gets brake back to throttle. Here's a good view of the Racing Point boys. Looks like Jacko's gonna let him go as Sparks now retires. Ooh, on the front straight. Good to avoid that. That's virtual safety car, so VSC with the Sparks on the track. Jacko lets Gennett around. I think he's just going to try to stay close enough to get it on the penalty time as we've only got 5-6 laps to go. So FI, Scabney, I connects. FI and Scabney a straight up race with no one holding penalty time. I connects Seabury, Mark of Kenya, Sam, T-Bird, Bacon, your pit. Your point scorers at the moment. I said pit because you see Catman, T-Widow, oh, and a double stack for Haas in the pit lane. Unfortunate. George of Jim also in the pit lane as the green flag comes back out. And the race is on with now just over 6 laps to go. Ginnett and Jacko coming down the long front straight, pit straight. Long pit straight. As Jacko got back around Ginnett. Did he not let him by? I thought he let him by. Down the back straight there. I must have missed it. I was looking at the Discord for a second. Sorry about that. But Jacko back in front. Maybe Ginnett's just content to hold second. He does have 6 seconds of penalty time. Scavney doing everything he can to get back in the DRS of FI. As Mark and T-Bird. Sam gets around Mark for 7th. So I missed even Sam making a couple moves there. Sam, Mark, and T-Bird all in a row. 7th, 8th, 9th. Sam on hard tires even was in 17th on lap 17. So good moving to get back up in some point scoring spots for Sam. Try and defend the title a little bit. Ginnett falling away from Jacko a little bit now, but still in the DRS range, so no problems. And you see WPR now going a lap down to the field. Not the field, just the racing points at the moment. FI just being Mr. Consistent, holding Scavney that little bit away that he needs to. It's now 5 to go. These are pretty fast laps now that it's dry and getting drier. Everybody's speeding up. Soft tires at the end of the race. We'll see what happens. Ginnett still holding on to the back of Jacko, but not going to get around, I don't think. Not sure if he's really going to press it. Really no need. Like I said, he's definitely got penalty time. 6 seconds. As iConnects with 21 seconds could easily fall out of point scoring spots there from 5th. Seabury also with heavy penalty time. 12 seconds could lose. Also possibly out of the points from 6th. So we'll see. 4 to go now. Here's Ginnett closing back in. 10 seconds behind them is FI. Oops, that was the wrong button. That was also the wrong button. We want that on interval, that on none. FI and Scavney, 3rd, 4th. iConnect Seabury, Sam in 7th. Not sure if he's going to have enough time to catch Seabury. On track anyway. He will have penalty time advantage as T-Bird, Mark, and Bacon behind there as well. Could all jump spots at the checkered flag. Ginnett within a half second of Jacko. This Connects takes more penalty time. Better be careful. He's almost pushing the disqualification range. Let's Ginnett. Nearer than smooth chicane. DRS open. Jacko lets him go. So I think again that was he knows the penalty time. 3 to go. FI and Scavney on very, very similar pace. He's just holding him that 1.2 to 1.4 away. Scavney gains in a sector. FI gains in a sector. There's T-Bird looking at a move around Mark, possibly into turn 1. A little bit of a bump there, no damage. Through turn 2, side by side. Good move. T-Bird gets there. Excuse me, that's Impossible Bacon getting around Mark on fresh softs. So those tires paying off now. And Bacon getting back into some points. See if he can make a move on T-Bird as well. As once Ginnett got around Jacko, he's kind of taken off, but with his 6 seconds. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull that in 2 laps that he's got left now. 2 to go. As he does go fastest lap of the race, though, which is an extra point for Tier 1 with standard Formula 1 scoring. Toward the bottom of the point positions, you've got Mark, you got Bacon, you got T-Bird. Sam checked out on them a little bit, but not going to have enough time to catch Seabury up in 6th. iConnect's 5th, going to fall far back on penalty time. He's got over 20 seconds. Scavney has caught FI's DRS range. So can FI hold him off for 2 more laps? Lap and a half. As they're into Sector 2 DRS range. Gets it open. Slams shut on the brake. Into the hairpin now. Scavney hard on the brake. These two been close this whole last stint of this race since pitting again. Believe they pitted on the same lap. Scavney DRS wide open, gets right on the back bumper. Wing open again. Looks like no ERS left. Jacko back around Ginnett. Maybe they're just letting each other go here and there. Ginnett maybe gonna let him have the line since he's gonna have the flag anyway, so we'll go back to Scavney here real quick. FI with good defending thus far, trying to get it done, get his podium secured, as these two is on straight race merit, no penalty time involved. FI and Scavney, extremely clean drivers, as is most everyone in the league. Canada just is a bad track for the track limit penalties. Hairpin one final time. Scavney, I don't know if he's going to have enough. There is one final DRS zone, but I want to watch Jacko and Ginnett here come across the line. There's Jacko, going to be your race winner here in Canada. Crossing the line, Jacko and Ginnett, the Racing Point boys. Scavney not quite gonna get the move made. Squirrely out. That was a nice little catch out of the camera angle. FI gonna finish 3rd though. Beautiful driving from FI and Scavney there for the whole final stint. So we'll see the penalty time now. What's gonna happen? Connects definitely dropping. Seabury 5th. Connects crosses 5th. There's Seabury 6th. Here comes Sam across the line. Jumps to 5th. Bacon gonna gain a couple spots. T-Bird as well. Connect's gonna fall all the way out of the points. He does. Yuppie up to 9th. Passes T-Bird. Catman with the late pit. Not gonna capitalize. T-Bird getting the final point position. iConnect 11th. Grumpy Catman gonna get 12th. Haas teammate T-Widow 13th. And George 14th. And that will do it for another exciting Grand Prix. Canadian Grand Prix done and over with. Sam Barrett with a heck of a comeback drive. Mark of Kenya gonna be driver of the day. Sam Barrett would have been my driver of the day, but he qualified too high. But all the celebration today, there they are. His goofy dance move. That is Elma Jacko with victory here in Canada. Racing Point 1-2, Ginnett to win it, spraying the team. Teammate, sprayer constructor guy up there as well. Little love for Alfa Romeo and terrible FI on the right hand step, P3. But Racing Point, huge win, huge points, fastest lap for Ginnett as well. There at the end, Ginnett put in a smashing fastest lap to get the extra point for Racing Point. 1-2, FI 3rd, Scavney 4th, Mark 5th, Sam 6th. Penalty time got Mark ahead of Sam there at the end, I believe, again. Seabury 7th, Bacon 8th, Yuppie 9th, T-Bird 10th. I connect with the bunch of penalty time, falls all the way out of the points to 11th, Catman 12th, T-Widow 13th, George 14th. We'll get down. 15th was Rusty, 16th WPR, 17th Sparks, 18th Random, Jalen 19th, and Will finished in 20th. Like I said, another great race from JKeSports, top tier Canadian Grand Prix. Look at that, shows you right there. 3, 4, 5 penalty free. It pays to be penalty free. Mark gained a lot of positions there at the end. But that'll do it for JKeSport. I'll check real fast where we're going next week. Is Austria next week. Lots of people's favorite track. Nice fast track, the Red Bull Ring. So we'll see you next Saturday for JKeSport. I am Spaceman 47 Yo. Thank you for watching. Good night.